Murasri Charanarvandam, Murasri Charanarvandam, Murasri Charanarvandam, Murasri Charanarvandam, Ananya Karuna Sakamana Gunavanta Murasri
Sakshadharitena samasta shastrayi Ruktastatha bhavadayeva sadabhi Sakshadharitena samasta shastrayi Ruktastatha bhavadayeva sadhi Vande Guru Charanarvindam To Prabhu Priya Eva Vande Guru Charanarvindam Samsarada Varnalaliya Loka Pranaya Padma Dhana Dhanadam Sakalan Punarnavasha Bande Gura Sri Charanarvindam Jasa Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadat Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi Yasya Prasadat Bhagavat Prasadat Yasya Prasadat Nagati Kutopi Dayang Stubhang Tasya Jasati Sandhang Dayang Stubhang Tasya Jasati Sandhang Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam Samsarada Varnalaliya Loka Pranaya Dhanaghanam Sakalan Punarnavasha Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam 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 Narada Loka Pranaya Padma Dhanaganam Tapasya Kalana Punarnavasha
Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna, Prana Govind Prabhu. Please accept our humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna.
We are delighted to have you back, Prabhu. We are very, very grateful also. So thank you very much for your kindness to come back and give us your valuable association. So I would like to take this opportunity to welcome all the devotees from ISKCON Richmond Yatra and from other yatras also to this Zoom conference. Very, very special series going on. So we are doing a 3-part series on morning sadhana, and we know how important this subject matter is to discuss. And who can speak this better than His Grace Prana Govinda Prabhu? Prana Govinda Prabhu is a very senior practicing devotee Vaishnava, a Varishta Vaishnava in our movement. He's been practicing for almost 5 decades, and he's based in Alachua right now. Since 2003, he's been there. He's been serving under the guidance of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and many senior Vaishnavas. And now he's on his way to accept and expand his service by taking sannyas order of life. So Prabhu is on our ISKCON GVC sannyas list, and that will soon happen, and he'll travel all over the world and preach. Prabhu is actually giving lots of inspiration to so many in Alachua and different areas. He's also very active in the Kirtan ministry of ISKCON, giving talks. And specifically, I'm seeing that he's talking about holy names. So we are very, very grateful that we get to have Prabhuji's association. As I was mentioning, who would be better than Prabhu speaking on this topic of morning sadhana. Prabhu, I'm sorry to embarrass Prabhu, but before Mangal Aarti, Prabhu absorbed himself in chanting, 32 rounds and sometimes more before Mangal Aarti. I'm sorry, sorry. And he's every single day is there at Mangal Aarti serving devotees till almost noontime. So many glories, Prabhuji's. But without any further ado, again, I would like to thank all the devotees and welcome everyone to ISKCON of Richmond's Saturday weekly program and this 3-part series on morning sadhana by His Grace Prana Govinda Prabhu. Over to you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. I'm not sure what to take out of. I feel like somebody I should be looking forward also, whom you're talking about. But I hope you bless me and pray for me so I can say something that will affect the consciousness of everyone, those who listen, and they come closer to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet and Shri Radha Shyam Sundar's lotus feet. So I'll just take a moment just to chant a few minutes, if it is okay. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Braja Janandana, Yashodanandana Braja Janandana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Gaur Pramanande. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. First of all, I really appreciate that you have taken your valuable time to hear what is Srila Prabhupada's view about this sadhana. So I would like everybody to participate in a little meditative Mangalacharan. Wherever you are seated, sthane sthita srutigatam tanuva manovi. You please remain seated, but in your subtle body, you please collect some flowers. And we would like to offer some flower to Srila Prabhupada's lotus feet and to his Guru Maharaj all the way to Mahaprabhu and Radha Krishna. So please join together and offer flowers. But make sure the flowers are fragrant. Our subtle body is very important. That's why our consciousness gets purified, and that takes us connection to Krishna directly. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Gnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Dena Tasmai Sri Gurube Namo Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathannitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine. Please offer flower to each other, because these are all sincere, serious followers of Prabhupada. Those who are in the Zoom or anybody nearby in your family even, do not consider them children or wife or husband. They are all devotee, belongs to Prabhupada and Krishna. Vancha kalpataru vescha kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebho vaishnavebho namo namo. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Dear devotees, in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 9, text 21, Srila Prabhupada gives some idea about Mangalarati in Brahmaji's. The day began at Brahma Muhurta, how Lord wakes up Brahmaji wakes up the God. God, Krishna also goes to sleep, just like you do. I'm sure you all do. Even though Srila Prabhupada mentioned something very mystical to Hansadut Maharaj when he joined. He could not sleep for many days and he thought he was crazy. So his friend, they found out the Hare Krishna movement and they heard that Prabhupada was there. So they brought him. So he takes the medicine pill, he cannot go to sleep. So Prabhupada stared at his eyes straight. He said, "Is nothing wrong with you?" And Hansadut Maharaj said, "You are the first person in 7 days told me nothing wrong with me. All the doctors, all my family member, everybody thinks I'm crazy." He said, "No, you should know the secret. Our goal is to become follower of gopis in Vrindavan, and they never slept." And Hansadut Maharaj says, "Really? Is that what Hare Krishna all about?" He said, "Yes. No eating, no sleeping, only serving the Lord and dancing and singing with the Lord." After a few moments, Prabhupada said, "But we don't preach that nobody will come then. We say, no, that's normal. You go to sleep and you wake up like this." But it's very interesting how Srila Prabhupada captured him and he joined after that. So in 3rd canto, 9th chapter 21, beautiful explanation given. So I'm going to just summarize. It's a beautiful purport also Prabhupada write how Mangalarti. I'm not trying to be judgmental or sentimental, but I have to tell you the truth. If you don't feel like to get up in the morning for sadhana, you have an infection of Mayavad, according to this purport. Those who have an infection of impersonalism and Mayavad, they don't feel like to get up in the morning and do their good sadhana. It scared me many years back. So I collected many verses from Bhagavatam, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, how this movement started with this sadhana. So I have a simple question. Are you looking for Krishna consciousness as a comfortable, religious, pious life you can lead while you are here? And eventually, automatically, something will happen. You will end up in Golok Vrindavan someday. Or intentionally, you really will make it end of this life to spiritual world. That choice is yours. Sripad Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, such a wonderful saint in our lifetime. He asked that question to Sachinandan Maharaj while he was sick, just few days before he left. He called to Maharaj in Germany and asked him, "So is your life, you going to lead like a mediocre? It's a good Krishna consciousness, it's a nice life. You have a nice prasad, nice, do everything nice, it's okay. Or you will take it seriously and make it your last life and take as many people and get out." So Sachinanda Maharaj, he said to us, I did not know why he's asking me this question. What did I do wrong or something? He was like, but then after a little while, he thought, this is a serious Prabhupada's opinion. Prabhupada is saying to Tamal Krishna Maharaj, who said, "Prabhupada, this is too much. I don't have any time to do anything. Just busy for Krishna service management, this, that. Can't we have like a 2-3 life?" Can you imagine what Prabhupada answered? He's always kind. He said, no, make this is only life. What if I do not come up with complete sadhana? Prabhupada said, if you do sadhana every day morning, even if you do not complete to get the ultimate goal, I will make sure Lord Chaitanya fill up the gap for you and you go back home. But you have to do your morning. I hope everybody heard this. You can look at it. Tamal Krishna Maharaj is wonderful. Prabhupada wants us to be serious. Come to that level of consciousness, a choice you make, not automatic, intentional. That I want to get out of this material existence with as many devotees as much possible. No more coming back. And I love that Prabhupada gave that benediction that if we are lacking something, if we are missing something, we may not feel completely done all the service, but we kept on doing morning sadhana. Then Prabhupada said, Lord Chaitanya will fill up the gap. Isn't it wonderful? I jump actually when I was reading. Every time I think of it, I jump and thank to Prabhupada for that. Just to let you know, if you ever calculated, I'm sure some of you probably thought about it. What is this Brahma Muhurta? What is all this about? Well, we have a little, how do you say, it's calculative minded person here in Alachua. He's always calculative, always calculate. I want to surrender, but what am I going to get? I say, keep on making list, what are you going to get and how much you'll surrender. So anyhow, he spent some time and he says that time was calculated by winks and breaths in previous ages. A muhurta is 40 minutes. We have 30 muhurtas in a day. 11 inauspicious muhurtas, 19 auspicious muhurtas. 30 days is 1 month. This is Vedic calendar. Do not ask me American calendar. Gregorian calendar is 31 days, 7 months. It's a 365 days. Vedic calendar, everything is 30 days. 360 days a year. That's it. So I'm talking about Vedic calendar. When the moon is shining, it's right from for Pitri-lokas. 1 year is a day and night for the gods and Asuras. 4 ages, 1 age of the god. Out of 4 ages, 1 is inauspicious. Now, Pitri Muhurta is inauspicious. I can send you the chat maybe the whole calculation later on in the WhatsApp, and you can all share. 12 at night to 6 in the morning, good muhurtas. Now please listen to this. 3:36 a.m. till 5:12 is the most auspicious time in your entire day and night. And Brahma Muhurta is in the middle. If you can make it your day from 3:36 and 5:12, a real good sadhana. Srila Prabhupada, another quote I have in my iPhone, where Vaisheshik Prabhu said that it almost the activity you do during that time is multiplied 4 times if you do other time of the day, especially reading and chanting, hearing. I was like, this is it. I never heard it. So this is very important. There's another little scary part. The Srila Prabhupada, 1976, June 21, he said very boldly, I have given you instruction, this Krishna consciousness movement. It will never stop. It will go on. At least for 10,000 years, it will go on. Then he stopped. But then I heard something from Jayapataka Maharaj, it scared me. He said, that's true, what Srila Prabhupada said. And if you don't complete your journey in this life every day, doing your sadhana, say you slacken for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, you're not coming back to this world, because this power of chanting, even one day, if you chant fully, it is so much powerful that you will end up of going to heaven. Minimum. But there is a danger. Heaven's life minimum 10,000 years in Bhagavatam 5th canto. So after 10,000 years, when you come back to Richmond or Alachua, dear devotees, there is no ISKCON. I hope there is ISKCON, but at least Prabhupada said 10,000 years. So I don't know after 10,000 years, what is that means? When Prabhupada said 10,000 years, after 10,000 years, what will happen? I don't know. I don't want to even see it. So Jayapataka Maharaj says, do not waste your time. Do not miss the sadhana every day. Because if you miss it, you're not coming back to Alachua to chant. You will go to heaven because the power of the mantra. But what if you come back after 10,000 years? Then you calculate what will happen. I wanted to say, where is this idea originated from? This is from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He told Rupa Goswami Pad to write. It's in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22.105. What is the definition of sadhana? Kriti saddha bhavet saddha bhavasa sadhana vidha nitta siddhasya bhavasya pragatam ridi saddhata. When transcendental devotional service by which love for Krishna is attained is executed by the senses, it is called sadhana bhakti. Or the regulative discharge of devotional service. Such devotion eternally exists within the heart of every living entity. The awakening of this eternal devotion is the potentiality of devotional service. And I hope everybody understood. Means you have eternally built in your heart a particular sentiment for Krishna. You as a shelter of that sentiment, Krishna as an enjoyer of that sentiment. There is no duplication of that particular relationship. You are the only specific, each of us has a particular relationship with Krishna, never duplicated, never Krishna will relish it through anybody except you. It is your interest to go to the highest experience of relationship and love and be loved and offer love with Krishna. Krishna also has an interest to give you that and for him to relish also. So it is both way. Question raised. I'm just giving you little tips because sometimes Gauri or ISKCON get attacked by other group of Vaishnava that they are, I'm not saying you will face it, maybe you will never face it, but we did face it in a Facebook last year, no, year before, sorry, before the pandemic. And 4 or 5 sannyasi, everybody got into it. I also got into it for a while. And then they back up, they never even asked anymore. They asked a few questions. One question was, where is the proof that love is in the heart of the soul eternally? It is a concoction of Prabhupada or Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Well, Prabhus and mothers, this is not true. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own opinion. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Saddha Kabunai Sravanadi Sutta Chitte Karayodai. Madhya Lila 20.107. This is Mahaprabhu's own verdict that Krishna Prem is eternally in you, in the soul. When we actually, I posted 7 slokas. I remember Tripurari Maharaj was there, few other sannyasis were there. And we never heard from those groups. We respect those Vaishnavas, but do not find any fault in our Guru Parampara because there is none. But in case if you ever face, you have a little backup just to in case. Now there was another question also raised. How can sadhan bhakti, which is performed using senses which are impure, be categorized under pure bhakti? So then explanation also given by Jiva Goswami Pad on his Guru Rupa Goswami Pad sloka. Just as preliminary purifying actions for performing sacrifice are included within the terms sacrifice. Though technically they are not part of the sacrifice, sadhan bhakti is also categorized under uttam bhakti. And it is nectar of devotion very clearly Rupa Goswami Pad says. It's not Prabhupada's opinion. Prabhupada only following of Rupa Goswami. He's a first class Rupanuga. And all the Vaishnavas in the world, they have a respect to Rupa Goswami Pad. And then they should develop a respect to Prabhupada because he is the first class Rupanuga. In order to distinguish this sadhan bhakti from forms of bhakti that involves direct realization of the Lord, the word sadhya bhav is used. Sadhana ends with attainment of bhava. The intention of including sadhana executed using the senses in bhakti is to show that bhakti is produced only by bhakti, not by anything else. To say bhava appears is like saying Krishna appears in the house of Vasudeva, but is not produced out of matter. The emotion and action of bhava are all eternal and spiritual, not material, because their appearance in the future will be accomplished by the extraordinary action of the most excellent transformation, Sambit and Ladini, of the Lord Sarup Sakti. Then they ask the question, if bhava is eternally present, then what is the meaning of Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhaktilata Beach? You already have a love for Krishna, then why do you need Guru Krishna's mercy of bhakti? Dear devotees, if they read the commentary of Jiva Goswami Pad on his Guru's instruction, it means that one attains sadhana by the mercy of Guru Krishna. Srila Prabhupada writes on that, dormant devotional service to Krishna is within everyone. Simply by associating with devotees, hearing their good instruction, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, dormant love for Krishna is awakened. In this way, one acquires the seed of devotional service. Now, example is given. While you are listening, you can examine your heart. Srila Prabhupada gave an example. Krishna consciousness is like a fire in a log. Just imagine yourself as a wood, piece of wood, lumber. And fire is in the wood. In other words, love for Krishna is within you, but how it exposes? If anyone is under tamogun, you ever heard the word called ignorance, tamogun? Like, I don't like to chant, I don't like to hear, I like to sleep. These are called tamogun. You don't feel motivated to do your sadhana. This is tamogun. So Prabhupada compare, that's like a wood which is soaked in water. You put a fire, outside fire comes and try to ignite the fire within the wood. And guess what happened? Prabhu, that Mataji was not nice to me. That Prabhu was not nice to me. Prasadam is too much salt. Oh, Prabhu, this place is dirty. Oh, they gossip all the time. Mind is buggling, finding fault and this, that. This is called wood with the water and the outside fire trying to bring the fire out, but it's creating smoke. Have you ever seen, you put the fire from outside to a wood which has a lot of water, it creates smoke and it irritates. It's not a good smoke. You don't want smoke, you want the fire, but before fire comes, smoke is produced. So much unnecessary stuff come out. ISKCON is bad, this Prabhu is bad, this finding fault with whole world except myself. This is called log with water. They are called tamasic, Prabhupada says. It will take little while for them. They may even leave because of the offense. They will come back. Eventually wood will get dry, but it may take, some time. But if you want, you can make it dry, provided you have a good association and you have a good attitude and you keep on going with the fire. And if you are in a Sattvagun, immediately you'll catch the fire and you'll go on. And Rajagun is in between. So I'm not saying we should judge ourselves. Or no, I mean, yes, we should judge ourselves. We should examine ourselves, not judge others. But we must examine ourselves. Why I'm not motivated or to chant more, why I'm not motivated to understand the philosophy. Well, Prabhus and mothers, everybody has to live by philosophy. Recently, I was reading Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur commentary on 10th Canto. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, everybody lives by some philosophy. Either you live thoughtful philosophy or unthoughtful philosophy. That's the only difference. Unthoughtful is like, oh, I don't care anything. I'll just go buy some ice cream, go to sleep or watch a movie. This is called unthoughtful. It's not that your mind is stopped talking. Mind is constant going, but it's not thoughtful. Only things Krishna consciousness bringing is positivity, that's all. Ignoring the negativity. It's not that negativity is not there, but if we allow negativity to enter in our mind, negativity will control. Who do you complain? It's too late. So we have to be very careful. It is actually, the whole sadhana is the self-examining, self-motivation, self-decision. In America, they say you can bring the horse to the water, but you cannot make the horse drink. So facility is there. Prabhupada has given the process, but each of us has to be willing to accept and go forward and must develop respect to Vaishnavas. Then the journey will be very easy. So I'll give you a little story about where this Mangalarti began in ISKCON, that how it's in the beginning, because we want more Krishna experience than Krishna explanation. We sing in Alachua, many times in Mayapur also early days, Jeev Jago, Gora Chanda Bole, Kato Nidra Jahore Maya Pishachira Kole. I'm sure all of you heard this thousands of times. Lord Gauranga is calling, wake up. Sleeping soul, wake up. Wake up, sleeping soul. How long will you sleep in the lap of which? Called Maya. This is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song. And Srila Prabhupada, in Mayapur till today, they sing these two songs every day morning. Prabhupada wanted them to sing this every day morning. I remember Jagataka Maharaj was very heavy in the beginning. Even in 79, we were forced to learn. So when someone is fast asleep, he needs to waken up. There are two ways to do it. One is soft way, the other is hard way. So I'm talking about your life, but I don't know your life. You see it from this philosophy. The soft way is by making a sound, ringing an alarm. Hard way is by shaking you until that person wakes up. You don't know what it is? Maya Devi is good at it. Krishna wakes you up softly. Maya will wake you up by shaking, by disease. I saw one devotee, serious, then he gave up almost 20 years. Then he got illness. I won't say the name, he's a very nice senior devotee. He was about to die and he started crying. I simply wasted 20 years. Simply wasted. And now the third day is dead, finished, gone. So that 20 years was Maya's shaking. If the software does not work, then one has to incorporate the hard way. There are two ways in which we, the sleeping souls, are waken up from our slumber of ignorance and illusion. The first and the soft way is when we wake up from illusion by hearing the sound of the truth. You all are, I'm sure you all are woke up. I don't see any picture falling asleep. Even though I used to fall asleep during the class, I remember early days. I still probably, but I try not to. Fast and soft way is when we wake up from illusion by hearing the sound of truth, the sound of Krishna, either in the form of his message or in the form of his Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This sound vibration is called Sabda Brahma, God in the form of sound. Spiritual sound vibration have the power to penetrate our thick blanket of illusion and wake us up. Dear mothers and Prabhus, if we fail to voluntarily wake up from our sleep, I'm repeating, or cozy sleep of illusion, you know, cozy sleep, they feel like, oh, I like it, I feel it good. Then Maya, who is the energy of Krishna, wakes us up hard way by shaking us and jolting us with the realities of life. When the reality hits, we realize it was a wake-up call, prodding us to wake up a life of reality and giving up our dream life. So in one sense, God and his energy, Maya, do the exact same job in all our lives. They try to wake us up. God does it softer way, Maya does it hard way. And most of us need a sample of both this experience to wake up. But if we are slowly, day by day, waking up to a life of reality, to a life of the soul, then we are faring well in life. We may be slow waker, that's okay, but let us not be, excuse me, adamant sleeper. Do you know what is adamant sleeper? Don't want to wake up. Prabhupada said when he was in India before he came to America, the Indians were like this. They treated him. They are pretenders sleeping. Then it's difficult to wake them up. One devotee asked, could someone please post the scriptural significance of performing Mangalarti? So as I mentioned, because of I'm also looking at the time, that in the morning, I'm just going to give you a little story. If you ever wonder what happened to Brahmaji, the first living being and first creator, he's still the first creator, and he still does the Mangalarti every day, just to let you know. If you want, you can join. Before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, the Vaishnavas would not go from the Holy Dham straight. They would go to slowly to Brahmaloka, and end of Brahma's life, they enter to Vaikuntha. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vrindavan are also revealed in this day of Brahma, it is very special, very rare, that we can just enter to another planet, another universe where Krishna is actually performing Leela right now. From Richmond, you'll go, all of a sudden take birth in a place where, oh, there is a little baby boy born or baby girl born. And Madhumangal say, really? Wow, let's see. And Madhumangal probably 3 years old. And you grow up, he's your like elder brother. You have no idea that you are already with the eternal associate. Such a jubilation. It's such a fascinating. Read Krishna book 28 chapter. Prabhupada talks about how this journey will take place. Middle part to the end, Prabhupada said, after you die, after you leave this world, you enter to a planet where Krishna is performing Leela. And from there, Krishna will accept you. Until Krishna accepts you, your journey is not over. Our whole idea is that to draw attention of Krishna and he accept us. And it will take place because we are following Prabhupada. So Brahmaji, he also wake up, but the Lord is still sleeping. Why? Because Brahmaji has to prepare the whole morning bath and everything, brushing teeth. I'm sure you offer a toothbrush to your deity, right? Every day with a little Ayurvedic, I don't know, some kind of a toothpaste, Ayurvedic toothpaste, with a toothbrush or neem stick. I don't know how you offer it. In Mayapur they do, I know. So Brahmaji also preparing for the Lord to wake up. But as he was going to the Mangalarti place, you know, Brahmaji goes to sleep just like we do. And at night, he doesn't sleep in ignorance like, I mean, I should not say we, like me, I do. I go to sleep in ignorance. I forgot that I was sleeping when I wake up. But then Brahmaji, whole night, he converses in the dream. While he's sleeping, the whole universe, not whole universe, but Maharloka and below is get devastated. It's all water. And Brahmaji goes to sleep, and him and Lord, they converse what will happen tomorrow, how, what are the incarnation will come, how everything will be. And then there will be new ruler in every planet. A lot of management. He's a managerial leader. While conversing, then he wakes up, and then he's preparing the plate for Mangalarti and everything. All of a sudden, he is about to go to the temple where Lord is resting. There's a giant two demon. You think you have a trouble in your life for morning sadhana? Brahmaji, he still have a problem. I don't know, not everyday Mangalarti, but someday. It's recorded. And Brahmaji was so paranoid. He immediately started to call out, but guess who is there? Nobody. Most of the time when I go to temple, only one pujari or sometimes nobody is there. Because it's little early, too early, you know. So Brahmaji went there and I could relate. Brahmaji is looking around. The whole universe is filled with water and nobody woke up. I mean, he is supposed to wake up the deity and then slowly everybody, the water will go down and again the planet creation starts. But two big demon, giant demon, they saw the Lord is sleeping and they want to devour the God. And Brahmaji didn't know who to call, so he started chanting the name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then Jogomaya appeared in the sky. What happened? You are the pujari, you wake up the deity. How can I wake up? I cannot even enter in the temple. There's a giant two demon. He wants to destroy the temple and everything. I hope it never happened yet. I hope never seen like this. But it happened to Brahmaji. So Jogamaya, see, this is very interesting. Jogamaya is not saying, okay, I'll arrange, don't worry, I'll kill them or something. He said, what do you want? Well, can you wake up the Lord to kill them so at least we have a peaceful Mangalarti? Okay, Jogamaya goes, my Lord, please wake up, wake up. I'm sorry, there is no music and, welcoming, lullaby song to put you sleep and a nice wake up music. But sorry, today just warning, you need to put on your dress to kill a demon right now. Oh, what happened? So he comes out, the Lord comes out, he sees this big, good, giant demon, Madhu and Kaitava. And they said, what's going on here? Who are you? He said, I'm just curious, who are you both? He said, we are who want to rule the whole universe. Oh, under whose guidance? We are the all in all. So they had no idea that they're talking to the Vishnu. So they went around, like in a circle, try to have a fight. Then they had a fight. They fought for 5,000 years. Can you imagine 5, or you can consider 5 hours, fight with the demon and the devotee, forgot about Mangalarti and everything. But after that, Lord says, wow, you both are good fighter. So really, we never met anybody fight as good as you. What is your name? He said, my name is Vishnu. They're so blinded, they didn't even recognize that this is Vishnu they're talking. By his power, they became the giant demon. So then these 2 demons, they said, because you gave us good fight, we want to give you blessing. The demon wants to give blessing to God. And Lord is such a wonderful. He said, really? It will be great. Can you give me some blessing? Say, sure. What blessing you want? He said, please, just agree that you will give. Say, yes, we keep our word. Okay, give me a way to kill both of you. What? This kind of blessing, how to kill both of us? Okay, because we are that kind of a nature and big personality, we keep our word. You can kill us if you find a place where no water, because whole world was devastated underwater. Now no water, so the Lord, of course, they didn't know that part, that Vishnu's omnipotency. He immediately grew giant body, and his thigh became above the water. How many zillion miles, I don't know. It didn't say how big that body is. So then he picked up both these demons above his thigh and killed them. That was the end of the inauspiciousness. Then Brahmaji did Mangalarti. And there was a recitation of, because he woke up also all the sages, they went to sleep whole night. Whole night means 4,320,000,000 years they sleep. I don't mean like a sleep like ours, but it's a good sleep. We don't need that kind of sleep. We want to get out of here. So with that note, we should always remember this Dibbanam Prabhu was playing this Srila Prabhupada's Gurbastakam. And there's 2 records, I believe, at least 2 records in the Veda base I found. It's very beautiful. And the melody, everything is such a wonderful. But the beautiful point was mentioned about Mangalarti, that Srila Prabhupada, these 8 prayers glorifying the spiritual master, composed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the singing should be led by most qualified in terms of singing ability. Ability to sing, like Prabhupada was singing. I don't know if you know that devotee, Chandan Acharya Prabhu, were doing kirtan in one room in Boston. And another room also, I thought there was another place where it's recorded. Prabhupada was there singing and playing mridanga both times. He was singing and playing mridanga, Prabhupada. There was another record of this Samsara Dava Nalalila Loka. In Nectar of Devotion, it says, no one can touch the deity other than properly initiated person. Singing should also be done by someone who has properly understood the purpose of the Krishna consciousness movement. In other words, he should be a true devotee, not a professional singer. We should always keep in mind, we are not looking for a professional melodious tune. We're looking for their feeling for their guru, for Prabhupada. Rupa Goswami Pad very nicely explained this, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave a comment. When the sadhana conducted properly in all respect, I'm just paraphrasing what I read, the Mangala Arati is so potent in the matter of awakening the dormant Krishna consciousness in participant and audience, and the emotion of compassion for the fallen conditioned soul. Three things happen when you attend the morning program. Your Krishna consciousness is awakened, audience are also benefited, and the emotion of compassion for the fallen conditioned soul also happen. Independent of their knowledge or ignorance of the language of the prayers or any other condition. This is very important, we should remember. Now, I would request you all to read also Krishna book 70, chapter 70, where Krishna does morning sadhana every day. Would you like to ultimately go and serve Krishna? Well, you better start here. Krishna never sleeps during Brahma Muhurta, just to let you know. Show me anywhere, any scripture shows that Krishna, I can show you. I'm talking about Prabhupada's writing, and I looked at Bhagavatam also. Chapter 70, it says Krishna wakes up every day during Brahma Muhurta and he does this morning sadhana. How does he do it? Okay, little brief, I'm sure you heard this. The Parijat flower in Dwarka. I know some of you probably thinking, well, we're going to Vrindavan. Why can't we talk about Vrindavan, only Dwarka? Don't worry, it's a within Vrindavan, there is also Dwarka and Mathura. Because, well, I'm afraid I don't want to go that route. It's a beautiful pastime, but that is different. When you hear, just contemplate this question. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami Pad, write about Krishna who never left Vrindavan. Then he says, because he never put one step outside Vrindavan. See, reinstated. What did Rupa Goswami Pad do? He wrote a famous book called Hansaduta. Hansaduta is a book where the gopis are expressing their feeling about the serious condition of Radharani to a swan who is going to Mathura and report to Krishna who left Vrindavan. Then there is another book Rupa Goswami Pad wrote, Uddhava Sandesh, the book about Krishna who lives outside Vrindavan, sending message through Uddhava for the Braja Gopis. Wait, did Rupa Goswami Pad disobey Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction? No. Dear devotees, he never disobeyed. Then how do we reconcile? Those books exist till today. Yes, because that Mathura and Dwarka is eternally in Golok Vrindavan, within Vrindavan, is a different chamber. Krishna is aprakat, also prakat, visible and not visible. Separation and union are eternally component of Rasa and Lila. You cannot separate. Even you can go in an early morning Leela. Krishna told Madhumangal, let's go have a little trip of this forest I never saw before. So Krishna went there and Madhumangal went. They were surprised. In the middle of dark forest, they never came before. Early morning, before anybody, even they didn't go out yet to the cow pasturing, just early. Krishna said, this is very funny. It looks like somebody is worshipping someone in the middle of the forest. Shh, very quietly, let's see what happened. As they came sneakily nearby, Krishna told Madhumangal, that looks like my deity. Somebody is worshipping in Vrindavan forest of my deity. Madhumangal said, yeah, that looks like you. Let's wait and see. After a few minutes, this girl came out from her unconscious state to conscious, and she's crying. She said, oh, you are not this deity. You are a person, my beloved. I cannot live without you. Why did you leave me? And Krishna is looking at Madhumangal. Who she is talking to? Me or the deity? Is it me, the deity? And then she went unconscious. Krishna said, Madhumangal, just watch. He went and grabbed the deity and told Madhumangal, you keep this deity. I'm going to pose like a deity, okay? Let's see what happened. So Krishna went there and he posed just like the deity with the flute and everything. And this girl woke up. I knew it was not you, deity, it is you. And then she really embraced. And Krishna forgot about that he was supposed to act like a deity. He also embraced her. And their union. And Madhumangal was thinking, what's going on? Who is she? Where she is coming from early morning in the middle of forest nowhere? That was the origin of Satyabhama, is Radharani, in her separation feeling. In her extreme separation feeling, she jumped into Jamuna. Jamuna Devi picked her and gave offer to her father, Surya Dev. Said, I found in my river this beautiful girl. Of course, that sun god gave to Satyajit, and that's how in Dwarka this Leela took place. But eternally, that Satyabhama form is in Vrindavan. Then, of course, Govinda Maharaj narrate also very beautiful, nice song about this from Rupa Goswami Pad's book. So the point is that in Krishna book in Dwarka, what does Krishna do? You please read that book, Krishna book. So wonderful. Krishna does every day morning. We cannot imitate certain thing. Why? Because when Krishna wakes up, can you guess what he does? He brushes his teeth just like we do. He take bath, put on a new dress, and then he meditate. And then Prabhupada said, but he meditate on himself. We should be careful not to meditate on ourselves. We should meditate on him. But he has nobody else to meditate to, so he meditate on him. That's very funny. So that's the only restriction you have. Don't meditate on yourself, meditate on Krishna. Otherwise, everything Krishna does, we should do. So this morning sadhana, Krishna does this every day. Whether you like it or you don't like it. But if you decide you want to serve Krishna eternally, not live in the material world, please be prepared to follow the morning sadhana so you can serve Krishna eternally. Otherwise, I'm not qualified to say anything, but it will be difficult. It will be difficult. As I remember in Vrindavan, a small pastime I'll tell you. This is from Dasami Tippani Sanatana Goswami Pads. In Vrindavan, every day, as Prabhupada told this to Hamsudut Maharaj, that gopis, the whole night, they never sleep. They stay awake. Who knows this? Another lecture Prabhupada said, who knows that Radha Krishna, the whole night they spend time in the forest? not Brajabashis, not Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda, Nanda Baba, they are thinking he is sleeping upstairs. So all the Brahmanas, everybody in Vrindavan, except those intimate Manjaris, intimate gopis, Sokis, only they know that how Krishna in the evening, when he comes to home, sometime Mother Yashoda controls the day. I hope you all know. In Nectar of Devotion says, Mother Yashoda actually has a power. Of course, she is a mother of God. She has a power when the sun should go down and when sun should, how long sun should stay up. Sometimes she cannot bear the separation. She come outside and he talk to the sun. Here I'm offering lamp and incense just to make you happy. Now go down. I'm missing. I cannot live without my son. He should come back. All of a sudden, sun started going down. And Krishna tells the coward boy, oh, we didn't realize sun is going down. We should go back home. That's how everything runs by the bhava, by the feeling of the devotee's reciprocation. Who is sun? Sun is not a demigod. It's Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. All the demigods, that 14 demigods with you right now, this 14 demigods is Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. No, actually you have your own body. It's different. But here we have 14 demigods controlling our body all the time. Over there, you are the body. Yeah, each of us, we don't have a body. We are the body. So every evening when Krishna comes back from pasturing field, it's a beautiful scenario take place. How Krishna, what he did whole day, coward boys started singing. And they grow in a group of dancing. Prabhus and mothers, learn how to dance while you are in ISKCON Krishna consciousness. Because eternally, there is a dancing, singing. That's the life we have. It's not a static, just become like a statue forever. No. Dancing, chanting, this is what this Mahaprabhu's movement is. 3.5.24, if you look at the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada write the purpose of creation. Purpose of creation, to give you opportunity to learn how to dance. Even Prabhupada says in one lecture, Adhikata Prabhu was saying, this is far out, Prabhupada said that I have come to teach you how to dance so you can join in Rasa Leela with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Wow, this is a big statement. Prabhupada came to the West to teach them how to dance. Oh wait, they have a nightclub and others. These are not dancing. They don't know what is dancing. They get drunk and this is not really sweet dancing. When you really dance, it satisfies the Lord. You feel satisfied. This singing and dancing is eternal culture. This is what Hare Krishna is, a culture. It's not just philosophy. Of course, philosophy is there too. Everything is there. So, Mother Yashoda, as she is ready to welcome Krishna, they have a wonderful party. All the mothers lined up, thousands and thousands. Krishna come, but mystically he expand into millions. And each mother loves Krishna more than their own child. That is Vrindavan. In material world, you love your neighbor children, but you love your child more than your neighbor children. But Vrindavan is a place where everybody loves Krishna more than their own children. They don't even look at their child is coming with Krishna. They are just staring at Krishna. It's so attractive. And the tears comes. Krishna reciprocate. Krishna comes and each mother grab. Of course, they don't see. But each mother sees only Krishna came to me. She grabbed him. And they both cry. And Krishna tells, oh, today you gave this pakora. It was so delicious. I gave to your son, but I could not let him eat the whole thing. I grabbed it again and put in my mouth. Can you make it tomorrow? Say, sure. Say, please. And she's thinking, okay, I need to get busy for cooking for tomorrow. So that's how Krishna reciprocates. At one point, each mother sees through the corner of their eye, the mother Yashoda is waiting. And they know he belongs to her. So they let him go and they're looking at him, and then each mother picked their own child, and the child and her both looking at Krishna, bidding farewell. Finally, Krishna arrived at the gate. And they were beautiful. Why Krishna so attractive that none of the insect, bees, can stop looking at Krishna or landing on his face, on his body. I'm sure you heard Prabhupada says Krishna is the most beautiful, but amongst entire beauty, his face is still more beauty than the entire body. And his smile is still above everything. So when Krishna smiles, there's a zillions of bees and the bumblebees and everything wants to just jump on Krishna's smile. So what Krishna does? Put a cornica flower to distract them. Hey, I'm there, not here. So this way, that's why Krishna dress also like this. Cornica flower is not a flower, it's actually another devotee protecting Krishna. Takes the form of a flower. It's a whole show is so wonderful. Finally, Mother Yashoda receive him, but there's so many bugs. So she said, bring the dhuna. Dhuna means the incense. So she goes with a big incense around his body, around his toes, make sure there's no bugs like landing and not letting him go. Of course, she's not thinking they are devotee. She knows she's thinking out of affection. They're just like a bugs, and my son has to be free from all this. He comes from a jungle, forest, cow pasturing field. So there is a big incense goes on. Our Acharya sees this. Then another Manjari comes with a lamp. And goes every part of the toes ring. Is everything okay? They're checking with the lamp. Every limbs of the body. This is called Arati, Sandharati. Every day Mother Yashoda does this Sandharati. And every part of her body, his body, his beautiful face is so attractive. So she goes like at least 4 times. So we go 4 times. Then we go 7 times. Because she goes 7 times. That's why we follow. If you ever wonder, like, where is these rules coming originally from? Because that's how she does. She feels comfortable. Okay, after 7 times, okay, my son has no more bugs. And why she goes with the lamp? Because sometimes he wrestles with the boys. Sometimes the gopis are also meeting. They are red kumkum, their lips, lipstick. There is no lipstick, but their lip has a lipstick, eternally lipstick. That's also touching his body. And make sure that Mother Yashoda does not think that. He thinks, oh, some bugs made it red here. Bring some napkin and water. In the Arati, you see the after lamp comes what? The water. So they bring the water. Oh, there is red. Here, put it here, there. Then, oh, but now we have to wipe it. After water, what comes in the Arati? The napkins. Napkin comes. Okay, wash it off. Okay, everything is normal. Then comes like, do the chamara, all everything gets out of his body. No more chamara and peacock fan. Then finally he enter in her house. And then Krishna will go take bath, and then he will be dressed like this. After a little while, there is on the back court, there's a beautiful sabha every day evening. They talks about God's pastimes, how God protect Nishingadev, and Krishna becomes one of the audience. And he listens. Wow. She talks, Mother Yashoda. This God is very powerful. He kills all the demons. Say, yes, don't worry, my Lord, my child. This Lord, we have a photo, we have a statue, we worship Nishingadev. And he will protect you. He'll protect everybody. Krishna says, I like that God. Yes, yes. Do you know every day I give you what? When Krishna leaves, there's a whole show. At one point, so wait, Mother Yashoda says, it's not ready. the Nishinga Kavacha. Because somebody said to me about few years back, in ISKCON there is so many Nishinga Kavacha now everywhere. I said they are not in ISKCON. They are in Golok Vrindavan, in Mother Jashoda's house. Krishna never leaves the house, cow pasturing without Nishinga Kavacha. It just expanded to ISKCON, that's all. I never heard that story. I say, you read it, Sanatana Goswami Pada wrote it. Because every day Mother Jashoda gives a Nishinga Kavach to Krishna. Then she feels okay. Nishinga Kavach is there, Nishinga Kavach will protect. Balaram, you be in the front and you, Krishna, follow Balaram. Then they go. After evening this program, very nicely, what does Mother Jashoda does? She sees Krishna is like tired, dozing off after whole day work. But whole day he has a fun. That part she didn't know. She thought he is really working hard. He dozes off. So Mother Jashoda said, okay, let the Harikatha go on, but my son is time to go to sleep. So she goes and take him to sleep. And when he goes to sleep, at one point, Mother Jashoda feels very comfortable. There's a beautiful pastimes that how she sing lullaby song, how Krishna reciprocate with Mother Jashoda. Sometimes Krishna will, react on those lullaby song. Like Mother Jashoda will say, Lord Ram is so beautiful. And finally, it was hard struggle by killing Taraka, and Vishwamitra finally came to Janakpuri. And then Vishwamitra said, Ram and Lakshman, there is some special function going on. There is a special princess. We'll join to them tomorrow and see how it is. And she narrated the whole story. And Mother Jashoda says, this is so beautiful, Sita. She's the best princess. She saw Ram broke the Haradhanu. She was smiling. She said, wow, he's so beautiful. I'll garland him and make him my hero. Krishna jumps up. Mother, can I marry the princess also? Mother Jashoda is thinking, this story is not putting him to sleep. Oh, yes, you will marry a princess in future. I'll find the best princess. Don't worry. I have to change the story. Otherwise, you're getting too excited instead of falling asleep. This way, every night, she creates wonderful scenery. At one point, she leaves the room. He fell asleep. Does he snore? Sure. This is a confirmation. Snoring means confirmation that he fell asleep. But actually, the confirmation means time for Mother Jashoda to leave. There is a beautiful window, and through the window, Krishna just have a beautiful flying, not a skateboard, not a helicopter. He has his own jet. He just flies out to the Seva Kunj, Nidhuban, and spend the whole night there. So because of the time being, I'm going to give you a little wonderful story of that. This is Vrindavan. Every day it happens. They have a whole night. The moon becomes so beautifully blossoming the night round flowers. The water in Jamunas, the lakes, the ponds, their ripples, the fish, everything, atmosphere is so enchanted. Krishna becomes so attractive, so endearing that all the gopis get wild. They create one after another pastime. Whole night passes. It comes back to the same time, 3:36. Now, if you say, who calculated this? Did they have a watch? I know how some devotee thinks. They had a watch. They have a watch, eternal watch. It's Krishna himself is the time. So then all of a sudden, why? Because you have to remember, this is what Krishna wants. Yogamaya just performing through everybody. But if Krishna did not want something, it will never happen. Eternally. So finally, Radharani felt like, okay, we had a wonderful time. Let's take a little rest. Krishna says, is it really, that is what you want? Say yes. Okay. By the time even they finish the sentence, there's a beautiful bedroom made by the gopis with a polished flower, the petal, very soft petal bed. As soon you Tempur-Pedic mattress, I don't know if you ever heard this. Tempur-Pedic mattress, they say $4,000. If you multiplies billion times or trillion times, cannot compare that soft bed Krishna sleeps. It's such a comfortable bed. Why? Because it's a feeling the gopis has. It produced the petals, not that petals pops from somewhere. Says that gopis feeling for Krishna takes the form of flower. Our feeling, heart feeling for the Lord takes the form of flower. That's why in ISKCON, in tradition, we always offer flower. Everybody is eligible to offer flower, means they are offering their heart. So gopis, they make such a beautiful bed. All of a sudden, they are about to go to sleep, but the attraction finally, like Krishna is so beautiful, Radharani is so beautiful, they're about to just embrace each other to go to sleep. All of a sudden, there is a kukkuti alarm. Kukkuti alarm. Cook, cook, cook. And Radharani gets so angry. Where is this kukkuti? Let it go to hell. You must say, what? This kind of word is used? Yes, in Chaitanya Charitamrita I found that Radharani, when comes as Gadadhar Pandit, he used the same thing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let my Kshetra Sannyas go to hell. Wherever you are, that is Mayudham. I'm never going to separate from you. And Prabhupada translated like this. On that, you can look at it. It's wonderful. So Radharani gets very angry. She said, finally, we just about to go to sleep and there is a kukkuti making that there is a dawn going to take place very soon. You better leave the forest, go back to your home. Sometime Radharani say, I don't care, I'm just going to rest with him. But then the kukkuti comes out with a strange sound. Can any one of you think what it could be? Jatila! Ah! Jatila! It is such a panic alarm. Radharani said, why like this? Then all of a sudden her entire 22 moods that attracts Krishna so much. In Antolila, Prabhupada, in 7th sloka, Prabhupada gave a beautiful explanation that in the public road, when Krishna actually make Radharani as a prominent figure, Radharani is so joyful. Out of billion girls, he loves me. She's so happy. At the same time, Krishna wants to touch her cheek. And he said, don't touch. What will happen if public pass by and see I'm a married one? I want you to touch, but don't touch here. So she is like going completely opposite, emotional. I want him to touch. I want him to be with me. But why on public road? Can't we just go somewhere? It was expressed by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur that when Krishna left, Radharani was crying and she gave us so many wonderful explanations. One of the explanation, I remember it says, she said, I was about to express him what I want to do. I want to just grab him and run away from the public face in a hidden place, forever live with him. Well, that idea is there, but there is a planet where Radha Krishnas are eternally married. It's not that they are not. There is another abode there. Jiva Goswami Pada explained that within Vrindavan there is a different chamber. Every thought they have is also exhibit. At that time, Radharani's all the emotion feeling to be with Krishna is inseparable. She becomes so overwhelmed, she does not want to leave him. And Krishna seeing this, his beautiful blue effulgence coming out from his body, just to make effective to her that I don't want to live without you for a moment. And as Radharani is expressing, her yellow effulgence coming out, her body is made of this golden Tapta Kanchana mood, Mahabhav. Then the blue and the green, when mixed together, what happened? More green, beautiful kunjo and everything manifesting all around. That time the mood for each other is such a pinnacle. Lalita Sakhi gets overwhelmed. Oh my God, I never saw they're so beautiful. So beautiful. They are tremendous attraction for each other. Sakhi's Manjaris, come quick. But it is a jungle. That time moon plays the game with the mood. Everything runs by mood. Just like a night light you have when you go to sleep, you turn off switch. Rukmini Devi her mind has a light connection. Hey, go down. He needs to go to sleep. The light automatically goes down. When she wants brighter light, automatically as she thinks, it goes like this. The switch is in her mind. Similarly, Jogomai has like this. As soon this Radha Krishna's beauty came to a pinnacle, so extreme attraction for each other, that time the moon also going down. Hardly anybody can see. Lalita Sakhi say, where is the lamp? Where is the lamp? Then they saw all these bugs are trying to attack also. This is what Mangalarti is. The Lalita Sakhi takes the incense, dhuna, they call dhuna, frankincense. In Mayapur they do. And they try to remove all the bugs so that they can see this beautiful, divine, attractive, so charming, irresistible beauty of Radha Krishna for each other. Lalita Sakhi says, remove the dhuna, I need the lamp. So they go every part of his body to see how beautiful they are. Then she give the lamp to Bisaka, then Chitra, Champaklata, Tungabidda, like this one by one. All the Manjari take the lamp and they through the lamp they see the beauty. You wonder why we share the lamp in the temple? Same thing, same reason. That lamp is so glorious. Through that lamp they see the divinity, the divine couple, the beauty. Unbelievably, extremely exquisite. That time they do all this morning puja that we do in our temple. They do exactly same thing. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, these are wonderful pastimes. But when it comes to my level, I feel like doing what I don't feel like doing is not necessarily being superficial. How to understand, how it is relevant to us. Because sometimes this question actually asked, because I am a person like I poke sometime in the, many devotees, senior devotee, purpose disciple. I purposely question them just to see, I want to get benefited, that benefits them also. Why should I practice Krishna consciousness when I don't feel like doing it? Well, you still do it. No, I don't want to do something superficial. I don't want to do it for show. Yes, it is sadly true that some people do religious activity or practice sadhana just for show. As in the case of, like for an example, you ever wonder like a dignitary, like here, our one tax collector before the election, he came because we have 1,000 families here and they count our votes and he wants to be, make sure that Hare Krishna people also vote him. And so he comes and make sure when he comes that somebody took the photo of him with the, deity, with the temple, with the devotees in the temple. So it will come, okay, I am a supporter of Hare Krishna. But does he have a love for Krishna? That is another question. His coming to temple is not for loving Krishna. So a thing becomes substantial when it matters to the substance of our being. When we start practicing Krishna consciousness for connecting with Krishna, that is the most substantial activity we can ever do. Why? Because Krishna is the ultimate substance, the foundational reality. So we, at our core, substance are soul, who are his eternal parts. Even if we don't feel like practicing chanting every day or morning sadhana, if we keep practicing it, please remember this, if we keep practicing it, then we are doing just the opposite of being superficial. We are going deep to the very substance of our being, our soul, which has an innate longing for Krishna, a longing that is presently covered by the impurities present in the mind, which is actually superficial to us as soul. That's why this literature on Bhagavatam states that those deeply fixed in their spiritual identity see the moody emotions that have come and go in their mind as superficial. Instead of being swayed by those superficial emotions, they subject those emotions to a two-pronged attack. Internally, by their intention to adhere to the process that helps them realize their spiritual identity, and externally, by their engagement in time-honored bhakti yoga practice that fosters spiritual realization. And this way we can go beyond superficiality, not by rejecting external action because we don't feel like doing it, but by rejecting inner emotion when it does not harmonize with what we truly aspire for. This is very important. Emotions are among the strongest forces, isn't it? That shapes our actions and our life at large. Unfortunately, emotion can easily make us impulsive, leading to actions that we regret. And I saw in my life also many thoughtful devotees caution against letting ourselves become controlled by our emotions. In lecture, you will hear many acharyas says that. Many devotees, sannyasis talk like that. Why? To act based on reason. Some spiritual path dim all emotion illusory and vision spiritual perfection as a state of consciousness beyond all emotion. A state attained through reason directed towards transcendence. But dear devotees, emotions are integral to who we are. Without emotions, such as love and joy and fulfillment, life would become barren and pointless, isn't it? Would we like to relate intimately with someone who is emotionless robot? Have you ever any experience? I'm sure sometime in your life, somebody you don't want to talk or something did mistake, you felt like that. Leave alone connecting closely with such a person. If someone called us an emotionless robot, I don't know if anybody did to you, we would usually consider it an insult. So even if we resolve to curb emotion using reason, Reason is not always sufficient. Emotion often overpowers reasons. That's why Prabhupada's commentary acknowledges both the pitfalls and potential of emotion by placing them in a multi-level inner hierarchy. And it explains that our inner world comprises a mind that is the locus of most of our emotions, and the intelligence that is the locus of much of our reason. Significantly, it states that our essential identity lies beyond both emotion and reason. So what's the conclusion? We are at our core soul, servant of God, Krishna. And when we have association like this or discussion, the wisdom and animated by the process of bhakti, we all can rise our consciousness beyond the emotional and rational levels to the spiritual level. And when we situate as a dispassionate observer, it is not that we go beyond emotions themselves, we go beyond being controlled by emotions. So I'll end here that we can nourish our healthy emotions, neglect our unhealthy emotions, and we can resolve emotional tensions. In other words, to resolve emotional tensions, situate yourself as a dispassionate inner observer and channel the power of emotion constructively. I did not want to, I mean, I had a one thing other day I was thinking to mention you that if anybody ever slipped out from the sadhana bhakti, morning sadhana, we should not become sentimental, think like, oh, they will be okay. Yes, they will be okay. But how their journey takes place, it may not be something any one of us to see it. And there is a true example of a personality is called Ram Goti Prabhu, a Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur disciple. I don't know if you ever heard the story of his life, who gave up Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur process of chanting every day. He got initiated and everything. He gave up the process. He went back to typical Bengali eating fish, whatever, broke all the rules and gave up chanting everything. Just in a 1-2 sentence, I'll tell you, at one point, this is later, 1933, he got initiated from Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur. Later, after 20 years back, all of a sudden, one day, he passed away. And his son was working in Guwahati. If you know Assam, a state in India, where he was, and Guwahati is like a 12 hours journey by train. So by the time his son, who was working in Guwahati, came back, they had to keep this dead body of that person, that devotee, for almost 24 hours by the time they went and came back. But the elder son, he remembers, all of a sudden it evokes his old memory. When he was a little boy, his father was a good devotee. And his father used to tell him, we should chant, we should always believe in Krishna and everything. But somehow or other, his bad association with some tantric Kali worshipper, he deviated and left Krishna consciousness, which is very rare. But in the West, we see also sometimes devotee just slips off. They don't do any sadhana for some time. It's the same situation. Well, that son, when he came back, he all of a sudden started emotional breakdown. He started crying. And his childhood life, he remembers, he said, Baba means father. How could you do this? How can you live? You're not chanting for decades. But you were, when I was a little child, you told me so many things. Now he started crying, and now you left, and he started crying, and he's holding his dead body of his father. In India, they put a fire like this piece of, lump of wood, and they put the dead body, and they put another layer of wood before they burn. As he was crying and crying and crying, and all of a sudden, his father woke up from dead body. This is a true story. It's documented, and I met the person. And then he came out. When he came out, and he told his eldest son. Now, of course, when he came out, the villager thought he was a ghost. So some of them, they got scared. They knew him, but they went a little far. They're watching, but they're not sure. Just 24 hours lying down as a dead body, all of a sudden is woke up and talking. He told his son, take me to the Gaudiya Math. So there was a Gaudiya Math in Guwahati. And then he went there. He lived there for 12 years more. And every day he would cry and write what happened to him in these 24 hours. He wrote for 12 years that 24-hour journey, what happened to him. So journey in a short, in 1-2 sentence, that he saw Jamadutas. Now you may see like, okay, we are devotee, we'll never see Jamaduta. Yes, as long we follow the sadhana. But he deviated. Jamaduta did take him. While he was going through the the road, Srila Prabhupada writes in 5th canto, the distance of Jamaraja's place, now Prabhupada didn't say from America or from India, he says 792,000 miles. From where, I don't know, but it is there in Bhagavatam, you can see. And Prabhupada writes, the person whom they are taking, he feels like it never ends, that road. And for Jamaduta, it takes only a moment. They just grab him, the subtle body, and take him. So that time, from far distance, he saw there's thousands and thousands of people are in line. They're going one by one, and they are being taken to different location of hellish suffering. He started getting so fearful. At one point, he asked for some water. He was extremely thirsty. So they said, okay, you can drink from here. They're holding his chain. And as he looked at the place to drink from, that water is made of throw up, vomit with a pus and blood. He was like, unbelievable, I can't drink from it. He said, this is the only water available here in hell. So of course, finally he went and he saw Jamaraj from a far distance. Jamaraj does not come down for every person that coming in. They have their court and decision. Jamaraj is little far, he's watching from far, and everybody's going. But when he came nearby, Jamaraj actually came down. And he asked him one question. Do you have a guru? He was so deviated for decades, eating fish and all this, that his consciousness was like covered. Krishna consciousness was covered by illusion. That at one point, Jamaraj told him, do you know Prabhupada? And he just woke up. It was pierced to his origin, Krishna consciousness. He said, yes. He said, go back and do sadhana. That's why he opened his eyes, and that was 24 hours to others, the whole journey. He never went to anywhere. He lived in a temple, and he was crying every day, they say. And he wrote wonderful story about his realization. So my purpose was not to scare you, but please pay attention to this sadhana, make this life your last life, and eternally join in the dancing, singing party of Lord Krishna end of your life. Gaur Pramanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Wow, what a wonderful and enchanting lecture, Prabhuji. Thank you very, very much. And how beautifully you stress the importance of waking up early in the morning and shared the importance of Brahma Muhurta, and how beautifully you took the reference, how even Brahmaji, Krishna himself, and Gopis, Yashoda Maiya, everyone, does this Brahma Muhurta Aarti and sadhana. So it was really, really nice and so enchanting to hear the pastimes, how you narrated the Vrindavan pastimes in such a beautiful way, and then connected everything to the importance of Brahma Muhurta and what actually is Brahma Muhurta. I mean, I personally could really understand what Brahma Muhurta is, from your talk today. And it was really, really nice to understand the origin of our Sandhya Aarti and Brahma Muhurta, Mangal Aarti. It was so beautifully explained. And the last story was just eye-opener, and it was really inspirational and also hope-giving that even, if someone deviates from a path, being connected to Srila Prabhupada and our Vaishnava Acharyas, we still have so much hope, but we should take this sadhana bhakti very, very seriously. So on behalf of all the devotees here, we would like to express our sincerest gratitude to you for taking out time and being so compassionate and giving us so many gems from the scriptures, some esoteric scriptures. You gave so many gems in such a beautiful way. So we are very, very grateful, Prana Govind Prabhu.
Thank you, Dibbanam Prabhu. You are so merciful for allowing me to serve you all. And I pray, I want to confess, I don't mean to scare or make you feel uncomfortable. But I want just everybody to just think, if you feel some weakness with you, take association of senior devotees and make it serious vow. Make this life the best of your material existence, best life. Get out. This is never don't try to make prison as a paradise. It will never become paradise. Prison is prison, and it will remain prison. I'm not saying any of you doing, I'm just reflecting what I did in my life, what I thought. So I thought of sharing you. Thank you so much for allowing me to serve again. Is there any comment, question? Do we have time? Is it okay?
If you're okay, we can take a few questions. It's already 11:48 here in Eastern time.
Okay.
So, and how almost 1 hour 45 minutes went by. We didn't realize it was such a beautiful. But as you're kindly asking, we'll see if anyone in audience wants to ask something from Prabhu. So maybe we can take 1 or 2 questions. If you want to ask something, you can raise your hand, and then we can go in order. Yeah, if not, I would also like to...
Or even a reflection.
Yeah,
Oh, I see. There is some hands are there.
Oh, is it?
Prabhuji, Arunodaya Prabhuji as a Bhattacharya Prabhuji has a question. Looks like.
Madan Mohan Krishna, some name is there. Prabhu, also Arunodaya Prabhu.
Okay, Gopal Radhe Prabhu. So you can go ahead.
Yes. I'm sorry, Prabhu. I just wanted to bring in attention. There is a question in the chat from Chaitanya Prabhu. If I don't have a question, I just wanted to bring your attention to that.
Thank you.
In the chat. Thank you very well.
Okay,
Thank you.
I see that Chaitanya Prabhu is asking, Prabhu, I heard emotion is evidence of our connection with Super Soul, Guru Krishna. Every time I feel negative emotion is because I'm choosing to hold on to thought or a pattern of thought evoked by a person or circumstance that is different from the thought Super Soul or Guru Krishna is holding within me regarding the same person or circumstance. And therefore, because there is no resonance between me, the soul, and the Super Soul, I feel the negative emotion. Is this proper?
Wow. First of all, at the core of our existence, we are conscious being. To be conscious means to have emotion. These emotions cannot be wished away. Difference between our attachment, our aversion, our renunciation, or connection with super soul, or even devotion, Krishna consciousness, is based on, you have to remember, based on direction of our emotions. Just like me focusing on this taking sannyas, with renunciation is meant to be transition between aversion and devotion. Now, if my emotion is not going towards Krishna, it is not devotional. As you say, okay, emotion is going towards the super soul, that connection to give you a wise decision, a bhakti awakening. If you're not feeling bhakti awakening, then it is not going towards super soul. Now, if you say, if the emotion giving you negativity, emotion is not giving negativity. You are perceiving emotion as a negativity. Just like I say, we may be in the dream, but we are not dream. We are separate from the dream. We are perceiving or maybe observing the dream. But emotion, when it is filtering through mind related to the material attachment, that can bring negativity, yes. That time what you do, it's easy. Take Krishna consciousness. Forced meditation, chant loudly, or go deep down within you to pray Guru Krishna. At that time, you will see positivity naturally will be awakened. You have that power. Within each of us has the power to decide. Arjuna had this negativity. No, Arjuna did not want to fight. But Krishna removed that by saying, with your functional identity, you come up with this. I am a son, I am a Kurunandana, or I am a Kshatriya. And Krishna came up with the third answer. He said, you are not Kshatriya, a fighter, or you are a Kurunandana, protector of this, your family and Gurujan. No, you are a soul. Belong to super soul. Your duty, first duty is to serve the super soul. This is your fundamental identity. Your fundamental identity should be above your functional identity. I'm a Kshatriya. I have to kill the aggressor. I'm a husband. I am a this, I'm that. These are functional identity. Our fundamental identity should be always above functional identity. Then you'll see the negativity is not there. I apply this every day. And this works. We should take advantage of Krishna consciousness. So I hope this gives you some direction. Because as I mentioned, devotion, when emotions are invested in Krishna, please remember this. You cannot say this is positive when you are not investing your emotion in Krishna. If you are investing your emotion somewhere else, that will bring you negativity. So what should you think? You should think Krishna is the stabilizer of material emotions and stimulator of spiritual emotion, both. Krishna is the stabilizer of material emotions and stimulator of spiritual emotion. Then what will happen to you? You will get unlimited returns, not just in quantity, but eternally also. This is what we are looking for. Positivity, when we say positive, positive means Krishna. That's it, Krishna consciousness. Without Krishna consciousness, everything is negative. Thank you, Chaitanya Prabhu. That's a very nice question.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, and
Hare Krishna.
okay, so looks like we have another question.
Amrita Karan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, yes, a very wonderful class. He quoted a lot of things from Prabhupada, Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Hansadut, everywhere. So wonderful. I just like to ask you one question. That you told one disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Oh, I could not follow. What is his name, Prabhuji? What was his name?
Ram Goti Prabhu.
Ram Goti Prabhu. Oh, wonderful. One devotee also said one story like that, that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur personally met with him in front of Jamraj. He's maybe different guy, different devotee.
I never heard
And he
that
told
story.
me now you can go.
I never heard that
Other
story.
yeah. Oh, he really, yeah. Oh, that he told me now. Okay.
This story, I tell you, was narrated in 1984 by Puri Maharaj. Prabhupada's godbrother. They used to come to ISKCON for Prabhupada's disappearance day. We used to invite every temple representative, and they would come. I still have a photo of him. Somebody took a photo, and Maharaj would spend hours in conference room and tell us all beautiful stories.
Yeah, he was so elevated. Yeah, I also met with him a lot of times. It's really, wonderful. I enjoy your class, Prabhuji. It's really wonderful. But I don't want to spend your time more. Today is a long class, and a lot of devotees are here, hearing from long time. It's like nectar, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bless me, please.
Okay, so and on a note that it's not over, so again we will have the association of His Grace Prana Govind Prabhu. So as I mentioned earlier, this is a 3-part morning sadhana series. So next week will be 3rd part. So we request everyone to please join on the same Zoom link at the same time, Saturday 10 a.m. Eastern Standard. So with that, we thank all the devotees who participated on this wonderful conference with His Grace Prana Govind Prabhu. So thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Please accept my humble obeisances. Bancha kalpatarubhasya. Kripa sindhu vaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Anantapuri Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His followers Vrinda ki jai.
His Grace Prana Govinda Prabhu ki jai.